All right, when you start doing your MLA formatting, the first thing that you need to do is make sure you have a header. The header should have your name, then my name, Miss Gross, and then it should have English 2 and then whatever class period that you're in. After that, you're going to make sure that you include the date that it is due, which in this case is October 3rd, 2016. Then on the next line, no extra spaces, you're going to make sure that you have the title centered in the middle of your page. It's not a bold title. It's not in italics. It doesn't have anything fancy. It's not underlined. It's just in the middle of the page, totally left alone. Then without an extra space, you can start putting your document in. I just copied and pasted some fake words in so that we can use them to format. I'm going to make sure that it's in Times New Roman font. That's the required font for this paper. This is a very professional font. That's why we choose to use it. Then I'm going to make sure that it's in size 12. It's also important to make sure that it's black ink. Then you can double space your document. Everything should be double spaced, including your header. Then you go to line spacing options. Make sure that all of the settings are at 0. And make sure you have that button checked, that there's no extra spacing between your paragraphs. The paragraphs here are not indented, so I need to make sure that that takes place. And after I've done that, I'm going to put my page numbers in my document. If I go to Document Elements and then Page Numbers, I need to choose the top of the page on the right side. Once I have that taken care of, I can double click on that number and make sure my cursor is in front of the one and type my name. Now that I have this taken care of, I need to make sure that my citations go in. So I have looked up a couple websites. I'm going to make sure that those sites get in there. I'll go ahead and skip this part. Okay, now that we've fast forwarded through that, I can copy and paste my citations off of EasyBib. If I go to export and then copy them from here, it works much better and they don't keep the highlight. Now I can put this on my document. And it came with a hanging indent, but we will format it all to be the same here in just a moment. Essentially, with your hanging indent, you need to grab just the bottom arrow and move it ½ inch in. Now, as you can see, I'm having some difficulties, but if you deal with it, eventually it works out fine. Your works cited page should also be double spaced, like the rest of your document. And we need to make sure that our margins are at 1 inch. So you are going to make sure that they're on the normal setting. There you go. Now I can make sure that my paragraphs are all indented. This one was not, so I can go back through and double check. And I'm just checking out my document to make sure everything is taken care of. I notice that there's a lot of extra spaces here. I want to make sure I get rid of those and they are just double spaced. And then that's all you need to do. Make sure you save the document. Oh, look how cute.